welcome to Baozi Training Leetcode solution. If you want the best mock interview experience in North America, feel free to check us out at baozitraining.org. And then here's our WeChat group. Today we're going to talk about this problem in Leetcode. It's called reverse nodes in K group, and it is a hard. So personally, I think this is not really a hard, it's more like a medium, but the implementation does take a little bit of time, but the algorithm part is relatively easy. So the problem is giving you a singly linked list, and then giving you a K, and then you want to reverse all these nodes like in K groups. Remember, we had this problem called like reverse linked list 2 that we swap pairs. It's basically the similar thing, other than swap 2, you can swap any number of K. And then for the remaining part, let's say K equals to 3, after you swap 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 will remain the same. So for this problem, it's like, the first thing you have in mind is probably you can use a stack, like, when you reverse the linked list, like 1, 2, 3, and after the stack size is K, and then you can pop the elements from the stack and then reconnect all these pointers. But this takes extra space, and then this is only constant memory is allowed. So that said, we have to do this in place. So essentially what we have is we'll just have a dummy node, and then we will start connecting this, traversing this node, but you need lots of pointers to remember the stuff. So one pointer we'll have is what we call it is current head, which is the current head you are going to traverse. And then we're going to have a previous head, because after our algorithm is basically, this is the current. After the current has 3 nodes, which is K nodes, and then you will call reverse. Remember, we have a function to reverse singly linked list. So then we'll reverse this thing as 3, 2, 1, and then we'll connect the previous head to here. And then, of course, we'll remember the next, basically the next current head in a temp variable, and then we'll assign this value so that, after this, and then one will connect it to 4, like this. And then for this 1 will be the previous head, because after you reverse this, you have to reconnect. And then we basically have 2 variables, previous head and current head. Current head, previous head, and then we have this current, and then keep it going. So for the code part, so essentially it looks something like this. So it's always easier to have a dummy node. First we'll do some validation check. We'll have a dummy node, and then we'll have a current head equals to head, and then we'll have a dummy node, which is the previous node of the current head, so which is right here, the dummy node. And now we're basically, while this current, starting with the current head not equal to null, we just keep traversing, and then we increase this pointer. Once we have K elements in our list, so what we do is first we'll record the current next variable. So essentially current is here, so we record 4, which is our next start, like next current head, and then we'll call this reverse list. This reverse list is essentially just the in-place method of reverse singly list. It's very easy, so you just keep inserting the elements after the dummy. And after that, you will have the reverse the new head. So essentially, after 1, 2, 3, you will have the new head is 3. So we'll have pre-head is here, right? So we'll have pre-head next equals to 3, which is pointed to 3. And then the previous head needs to be equals to current head, because we haven't moved the current head yet. Current head is still pointing to 1, which is the tail of this linked list after reverse. So we will point it here. This will be basically, because this is the starting point of next round, this will be the previous head. And then current head dot next equals to temp. Current head, this, which is 1 dot next equals to head. So now we connect this list with it essentially here. And then current head equals to temp. So current head is here. And now we have to reset the I, and then we have current equals to temp, which is equals to current head, and then we continue. A bonus point is this question will ask you to keep the remaining the same. So we can also say, okay, how about we want to reverse the remaining as well, even if it doesn't make K. So you can basically have a tail that reverse the entire list. And then just remember this previous, this is actually previous, I changed the variable name. This is a previous head. This is a current head. So stuff like this. A validation question to ask is, what happens if this K is larger than the list size? Given the original problem, in that case, we don't need to do anything. It's basically a no-op operation. Okay, that's it. The time complexity is apparently O(n), and space complexity is in place. Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for watching.